Hello everyone, and welcome to another video at the Merino Mountain Railroad. Tonight I'm working an issue, and I've been talking to the guys on the RailPro users group. Oh, and to back up a little bit, I've just converted 3 of my SD40-2s, these two Santa Fe guys right here, this one and 5088 over there, as well as 6752 right here. And the problem I was having, is as my locomotive would go through this turnout right here, it would short out. It would, and the slower I went, the more goofy it got, really bad. And I tried to go through there with a 2 locomotive consist, and it wasn't happening at all. So I was thinking that the switch is my problem, but I wasn't 100% sure. I chatted with the guys on the RailPro users group, and they were really helpful. Lots of seriously good suggestions, the things to check. One of the things was to check the rail gauge and the wheel gauge on the locomotive. So I got me a HO standards gauge, and I checked things out. Now my Kato wheels are spot on. They're not off at all. These rails are, I'd say they're on. They're just a skosh tight, but they're on. So it wasn't that. But what I did find is a problem right here at the frog. And I'm going to try to show you this. Let me see if I can zoom in. But you can see where I've now ground on that frog a little bit with my Dremel tool. And the problem is that as the locomotive was moving through, and we'll call this rail positive, and we'll call this rail would be the negative side, negative. As we were coming through on a 6-axle, all 3 wheels on the positive side, and as I get to the frog, what would happen is my lead wheel flange would touch right there, right on that dude right there, and short it out. Now if I came hauling through here highball, like it'd be through there so quick it couldn't get it, but crawling it would get it every single time. This guy right here. So that was the first problem. So you can see I fixed that. Then the second problem I induced myself, and it's with this block right here. And these are Atlas switches, and I'm using the Tam Valley Depot micro signet switch motors and their little driver boards. And the driver board's got 2 settings where you can drive it like the servo will drive full end-to-end stops, or you can put in a jumper and it does less travel. I don't want to say half, but it's definitely less. Like a bonehead, I put it in there on full travel, and it would drive this point rail over and hold it tight. And I thought that was just the coolest thing. The problem is that, and I got another switch right here. If you look inside the switch, there's these little plastic pins that hold the point rails to that block. And this thing being forced over, I either popped it out of the pin or sheared the pin off. But what's happening is that this block here can drive all the way over, and see the little gap that's there? I'd lose that gap on this side because it would just drive this thing this way hard. And you could see all where the wheels have been bouncing over the top of this thing and making all kinds of... So that also was an issue. And because it was driving the block this way, but the point couldn't move on this side, but this one was moving, this gap between here was going out of standard. Now I don't know if that was causing me a short or not. I'm not 100% sure. But I induced the problem. So I went ahead and, sorry it's so jumpy, I got it zoomed in. But I went ahead and changed the jumper to like half throw, and now things are much tastier. Now you can actually see that it's not driven all the way over. And I'm making progress with this. Now, I was going to take this switch out, this turnout out, and put a new one in there, but total pain in the neck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pin vise and some drills, and I'm going to counter bore this block. Hopefully I can go right down through that pin and right down through where that pin should be, and then I'm going to repin these in place with a piece of carbon rod. And I've done it before. It works pretty good. And I think I'll have this thing fixed. So I think I found my problem. I think the majority of the problem was with this frog and this area shorting out right here. I've ground it and it seems to work really good. Now, 5072 was super sensitive to this area. And now, so I'm going to use it as my demo, and I'm going to show you guys that I think I got the problem worked out. So here we go. We're just going to come through here literally at a crawl. I mean, you can't really crawl any slower than that. I mean, I guess you could, but you know, I only got one life to live, and I want to run my trains around. So that's about as slow as you're going to go. And I think I actually have a problem with the frog on the switch that it's going through now, but it's not as bad. Every once in a while to get it, so I'm going to go in there and clean that one up too. Matter of fact, I'm going to probably go in and clean every one of these up. Moving forward, I'm going to switch to picos. See, there it is. It's stuck right there, and it got hung up on the frog on that one. So I got to do that one. But now we're clear of that. Let's go through, going just as slow as you want. And it jumped on that right through the frog there. We're clean. And through the frog, and we're clean. So I believe I've got my problem solved. It was this part of the frog was shorting out to here, causing a short. And you saw it just happen going through this turnout. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to grind this one too. I'm going to clean it up, and just for laughs, I'm going to clean this one up as well. So that should fix the problem. I really appreciate everyone's help over the RailPro users group. You guys are awesome. K-Pack and the rest of you guys, just really appreciate the effort to try to help a fellow modeler out. I'm not new to modeling. I've been a model airplane guy for years. So I'm pretty handy in that respect, but you know, it's the little things. And I mean, I only took a couple thousands off of that deal. It don't take much. But I think we're on our way, and I'll keep you updated. Until then, I'll see you all in the shop.